Alright, how's it going, guys? This is a VOD review for AxeMan. He wanted a bit of help for his clash, so he sent me a Yorick jungle video. Now he's running Precision plus Domination, which is good. That's what I usually recommend. He started with the right items as well, so that's all good. This is about Silver 2, if I remember right. It is a flex though, so I'm not too sure about the main elo. So far it looks good. You're going for the invade, which is good, to get the early ward out on the enemy raptors. Only thing I'd say so far is that you should probably ping that you're going there. You could easily have Fiora accompany you here, just in case Cho'Gath happens to be waiting in the bush. Or Zac, or even the Orianna was waiting somewhere for you. But other than that, looks fine so far. I mean, it's only 55 seconds in, but you know, mistakes do happen this early. So what I want to see before I actually look at this is I want to see you kite towards the red. We'll see how you go. You should probably kite rather than sit there. You lose about 2 seconds by standing there because you have 2 seconds of travel time to the red buff. Make sure this gets hard kited. Kiting definitely needs to be improved. As much as you can. Like that red should honestly be where you are right now. That's okay, you got 2 last hits. Everything's going normal so far. So that's pretty good. Your clear is fine. Could be a little bit optimized. So bear in mind, with a smite on the red buff, you usually cross this line at 204. So you're 5 seconds slower than if you had just smited the red and done it solo. So there's something to think about. Oh, okay. Let's go back for a sec. I just noticed something. So notice you have a red buff. You have a ward. Okay, so look at the minimap. You have vision on the Zac. You should be looking at the minimap at all times, right? So you see Zac has gone straight from red and he's walking to his bot half, right? So that immediately tells me that you should be looking to invade his top half jungle. I'm not sure if you do. We'll see how we go. But personally, I think Scuttle straight to his raptors would have been the call here. And of course, if you were doing that, you'd kite the Scuttle towards his raptors rather than push it up. See that? Okay, that's fine, but there's no reason to go for your jungle when you know that he's in the bottom half. Okay, if you know the Zac is in the bottom half and there's nothing that he's taken in the top half apart from his red buff, that's free raptors and that's free Krugs as well for you. Zac is an AoE clearer, so he really likes to favor the raptor camp. Taking them away from him, you can even leave one and you'd screw him really, really hard. Like, you can always come back to your jungle to take it. It's always going to be there since he's in the bottom half of the map. But his top half jungle is not always going to be there. That's free experience. I can already tell from this Zac's clear that he's pretty bad. Just given by what he's done so far. Going for a level 3 gank. He has no flash, so it's a good call. It's a very good call. Okay, well, you got the kill. You got the kill, that's fine. Leaving the lane, though, that might be a problem. Let me just go back a bit. Let's see if he teleported back to top. Because he did die. Did he teleport up? He did. Okay, so you're going to misplay it in a few seconds. In the replay, obviously. So getting this kill was a good gank. It was a really good gank. But the misplay here is not pushing the lane here. Yes, I agree Fiora could probably push it solo. But this is all experience that you could be getting yourself. You earned it. The faster you get this into the tower, the better it is for your teammate as well. There's no reason to leave this lane. You should be pushing this. Because it's going to be met with the next wave. And she's going to have to go through all of this. Is she actually going to get it in time? I don't know if she's actually going to get it pushed in time. She's not. There's going to be probably about 3 residual creeps by my guess. Let's see how close I was. Okay, so he got experience for 2 creeps. So that could have been avoided. He could have had experience for 0 creeps. It still slow pushes back to you, which is fine for your top laner. But it's just keep an eye on that's the amount of experience. Potential gold, potential experience, and potential denied experience that you had for the Cho'Gath as well. Other than that, yeah, that's fine. You can go... personally here, I'm wondering if maybe Wolves into Gromp is better, but I think if you're going to smite it, that's fine. As long as you get ghouls here, you're fine. Cool, and you recall. Alright, so how much gold have you got now? You got 11.15. So I'm hoping to see, you definitely want to prioritize getting boots early as Yorick. So I'm hoping to see at least skirmishers, boots, and a pink ward, perhaps. That would be a good buy. So you opted for the longsword. Boots are actually much more effective than the longsword. I'd definitely go for the boots first. It's just they give you so much more map movement. He hasn't taken the bottom scuttle. That annoys me. That was funny pathing. You probably could have just walked straight down from the raptor camp. I mean, if you wanted to go to the scuttle afterwards, you could just go this way. Alright, so scuttle's there, good. Take the scuttle. Now, make sure when you take the scuttle, I don't know if you realize this, some people don't, but if you hit the scuttle with your wall, so that, let's say you put it right here, so that the right side of the wall was on the scuttle, if it knocks him back, it removes the armor from it. So try to trap it inside your wall while knocking it back inside and upon the cast. And it will have no armor, no MR, and it won't move. So all this chasing, running after the scuttle, you'll save yourself 3 seconds worth of time when taking it. Of course, given, if you did that, you wouldn't have your W up for this gank. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so you didn't actually need your W afterward. So you probably could have used it on the scuttle. Now, leaving your bot lane like that to push is fine. You can do that if you want. Personally, I would have pushed every single minion in that wave. Just because I like to hoard as much experience as I can in the jungle. Especially now that you're starved. Because there's a lot less experience given. Yeah, okay. You can wait for extra ghouls. That's fine. Okay, going for the regank. I like it. Good. Good. Did you accidentally change target there? Who did you smite and who did you hit? So your direct aim right now should be the Jhin. Because you don't know if this guy has his spells up. Yeah, it looks like you shifted a bit of target, right? So definitely focus the immobile lady carry over the gap closing Jhin. Over the gap closing, that guy. You got them both, which is really good. And check that bush as you're walking out. What I'll do is I'll put it in your map and put it in your vision so we know what you can see. Make things a bit easier. So looking at how the game is right now, I'd say you're definitely on the way to a win. You're going to hit level 6 off this. Personally, I would recall. How much gold do you have? Yeah, personally, I think recalling here would be the best option. And from recalling, what you'd do is you'd purchase, the way your items are right now, I'd say purchase Warrior off the bat. And I'd go straight for the top half of the map and power farm all that. And then make your way to top and get top first tower. Because you know the Cho'Gath's already behind. I suppose, I'm guessing you're going to invade his blue. Which could be good. But bear in mind that if we look at the gold right now. The way you can work out a champion's current gold in item value is you take this number and subtract this number, right? So he has roughly 1,400 gold worth of items right now. Whereas you, on the other hand, have 1,500 gold. Okay, so you do have more gold than him in items, which is good. So if you were to fight him, you would still come out ahead. But let's say if he had done a recall and he had spent his 900 gold, you wouldn't have more gold than him. And there's a good chance you might actually lose a fight against him. And given, this dragon would be a lot faster to take if you had your warrior. Yeah, I feel like this is overstaying. You've hoarded a bit too much gold right now. So definitely look to get, as soon as you hit level 6, see if you can recall. Because if you can do the Maiden CDR bug at base, and you can get your Maiden Summon with 40% CDR, which will be really, really helpful. There's a video of that on my YouTube channel, you can check that out. Other than that, the game's going really well, to be honest. I would have taken that scuttle first before going top, personally. But you can see your gold right now is huge. You have way too much gold. This Cho'Gath has more gold in items than you do. So keep that in mind. If he was full health, you would be at risk. He's not very smart, clearly. Okay, I'm just going to point out one thing here. So that's either first tower. How much health has it got? Okay, so your best play right now, you got 3 options, okay? I'm hoping you do one of the first 2, but you might do the third, and it depends. If you're familiar with Yorick, there's 3 options you can do right now. So the first is you can push for this first tower. You're here, Fiora's here. You're very strong, she's very strong, you have your maiden now, and there's no cannon, but that tower's pretty low. The best option right now is to push this tower and look to get your ult back using the Krug camp. That should be your entire mindset. So I'm going to go back a bit. Right here, that should be your thought. I'm going to get this kill, and I'm going to potentially get first tower, and then get my ult back using this camp. Zach has just showed mid. He's actually rotating towards the bottom as well. That's your first tower. Actually, it's literally the best play. The other play is using the maiden shuffle, and you can get your ult out using that. But there's no reason to when you can get first tower. It's worth sacrificing your maiden for first tower. Ah, damn it. Okay, you're not going to do it. Yeah, so first tower here, definitely. Once you get your maiden, you should be looking to get first tower at any opportunity you can. This one here especially, like, that is a perfect first tower for you. And I'm not sure if that camp is there, but let's see. It is there. Yeah, so that was an A+, 2000 IQ strat right there. If you push, you get the next wave as well, and then you rotate down and you get this camp. Your maiden comes to follow you, and then you can rotate through his jungle, clear all the buff icons, and then recall. Or you could just simply rotate down. But you have way too much gold to be running around on this much, with this value in items. You can see now, like, as I was saying before, Zach actually has more items than you do right now, because you haven't spent your gold. And that scuttle took you way too long. Definitely use your walls for the scuttle. Pop that wall right here, like that. It'll knock it inside, and you can take it. Okay, I'm going to question your boots choice here. So why rush tier 2 boots? If you're behind in the game, tier 2 boots are a good rush. If you want to snowball your momentum, tier 2 boots are also a good rush, but you go into Moby boots. I'm not sure why you would opt to take Ninja Tabbies over Mercs in general. They have Orianna's W, they have Jin W, Cho'Gath Q, W, his E slow. They have so much CC, Rakan ult, Rakan W. No, is it Q? No, it's E or W? I think it's W. They have so much CC on that team that Merc Treads are literally a definite priority here. Don't take it just for the MR. Look how much CC they have. They have so much crowd control on their team that it's almost silly to not take Merc Treads in this situation. Although personally, I think I would have gone Moby Boots and just gone for absolute power farming. Okay, so the next goal, I'm not sure what your thoughts are right now at this point of the game, but your next goal should be look for another objective to take. So the next dragon is up in, it's an Infernal, so you'll definitely want to look to get that. But it's not going to be up for a while by my guess. So what's the next objective we can take here? Now there's Rift Herald available. There's Bot Turret. All your lanes are winning, so... Jesus, really? Oh, that's surprising. Oh, Zach showed himself bot. I think your team's dead. There's nothing you can do to rotate down there. You're doing... I wouldn't rotate down if I were you. If it was me personally. I think you did fine. I'd go mid right now. You should be going mid right here. Don't even go for the catch. Just go straight for the mid. This is CS. That's going to waste. Oh, you found her. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, got a kill. Right, so you got the kill. Now what do you do? Best play right now is go straight to mid and push that mid tower. She's not there. Zach's just died. You don't know where the Cho is, but you got to assume he's in the top half. If he's not, the second best play right now is to go down mid, right? You go push up with these. Cho comes to stop you. You run straight to his jungle and take all his camps. You already know that the Krugs are there. You know his red buff is spawning soon. We don't know about this camp, but we know the Scuttle's spawning there as well soon. I'd honestly give up control of your red to get 3 of his camps and potentially Scuttle. Were his raptors up? Yeah, they were. Oh, you got a nice kill by roaming bot, though. Yeah, double kill. So could Karthus have got that without you, though? That's the real question. Let's have a look. He's got ult. He's got ult. I feel like... Yeah, I think your presence down bot was a bit unnecessary here. But good play nonetheless. I just think, personally, clearing the top half would have been a bit more optimal. So you summon that ult. You have 1,500 gold worth of items. You summon the ult to take the red buff. But you have 10% CDR right now. I'm considering whether maybe you should have recalled for Sheen and then had 10% more CDR when you summon the ult. Or even done the maiden bug, you know. Either one works. Good. I like how you're getting yourself in position for this this dragon. Zach's just shown himself top, so it's a free dragon right now. Do you have a ward up? No, you don't. Okay, that's fine. Another nice catch. Good. Good. I like it. Now, free dragon for you. Make sure you stand behind the infernal dragon when you're taking it as Yorick, because the spray will kill all your ghouls. But if you're standing behind it and you make it hit you, it won't affect your ghouls, and you'll take it about probably 120% faster. So now what's your play? Now, consider what your next play is, okay? So you have quite a lot of gold. You're 7-0. Yeah, very well snowball in this game. You have almost 2,800 gold. So personally, I think the correct play right now would be recall on the spot, straight after the dragon. There's no reason to stay. You hoard gold a lot. I would personally go Sheen plus Phage. Since your ult's already out, you don't need the Stinger. Go Sheen plus Phage and pick up a dagger if you can afford it. I think you're going to do that anyway. And then I'd run straight to the bot, clear the Krugs. Krugs are extremely important right now in terms of experience. And then rotate your way towards the Rift Herald. That, I think, is the best play. But we'll see what you do. I just want to point out how much gold you have right now. Okay, so we're going to pause it right here before this fight, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little math. Because people don't seem to understand, actually grasp the concept of this, right? So, let's take that Zach's gold, which is 4805, and we're going to subtract 1254. Okay, so he has 3,551 gold worth of items, right? You have 7,362, subtract 3086. You have 4,276 gold worth of items. So effectively, in both your inventories right now, not including level advantage, you have 700 gold on him, okay? Now you're 7-0, he's 2-1. You'd expect you to have a much bigger gold lead. If you were to spend your items right now, you would have 3,000 gold over he does, okay? That is ridiculous. It's almost 3,000 gold. That is a massive advantage, right? But because you're hoarding gold, you can see a lot of players do this. You can see he's doing it. You can see the Draven's doing it. Even the Karthus is doing it. People have a bad habit in low elo especially of hoarding gold. And this is an epitome of it. So like, if you fight this, right, and you lose this fight because you don't have enough items, because you may be fed, but you're not fed until you recall. Until you spend your items, you're not at an advantage, okay? So, you may very well lose this fight. I can see you probably don't. But if you did lose this fight, that would be a really big reason why. So, obviously, you did pretty well in this fight. There you go. Good. That's a good inhibitor. Yep. Okay, so now what I will tell you to do as well is a lot of people don't realize this, but when you take the inhibitor, okay, don't put Yorick anywhere past the front of the inhibitor, okay? Because what happens is once you've cleared the the base turret, sorry, and then you've killed the inhibitor, then Maiden actually resets its aggro as if it's hit a jungle camp, right? And what this means is that it only works until the Maiden crosses this line. If Maiden crosses this line, she runs down the base and kills herself at these turrets. But if she doesn't cross this line, she's fine. So what you have to do is make sure you're standing exactly where you are. See how she's walking with you? Now, you've taken this inhibitor. They've all respawned. Cho'Gath's still top with teleport. Now, you've got Draven recalling out. I feel like if you keep going for this, you're all going to die. Okay? And you're going to lose your ultimate. If you recalled right now, you would have your ult back. You have 4.2 thousand gold worth of items to spend. It is a big mistake to stay, right? Always recall once you get there and hit. Especially this early, 16 minutes in, you are not going to be able to end the game. You don't have enough damage to turrets to be able to end the game. Good. Don't recall here, though. Recall here. You're in there. Everyone has their vision of their own base. So you're in vision of their base right now. Good. I'm glad you recalled and you didn't stay. That makes me happy. So what did you buy? You went Trinity and you got Stopwatch. Good. I like it. Perfect. So you can see your level. You're pretty far ahead. Yeah, you can go save that tower. That's fine. He might be a bit of a trouble to kill. Okay, I think you're dead. Yeah, okay. So, okay, so when you verse Cho'Gath, okay, you have to play on it like a rotation basis, okay? So what I mean by that is you play a cooldown-based fight against him. Your goal against Cho'Gath is you need to go in and out and back in and out. It should be your ghouls doing most of the damage, not Yorick. Because you don't want to just sit there and face tank his spells. See, like, this is fine, what you've done so far. But once you've activated that attack there, I want you to run. I don't want you to stay fighting him. I want you to run. Because he's stuck in this wall now. He either flashes out or he doesn't flash out and he has to kill all your ghouls. You have 3 ghouls here. Your Maiden's doing heavy damage. There's no reason for you to face tank his actual attacks. Because obviously he's very strong, okay? The other thing I want to point out is that since the Ghoul's attack damage doesn't update dynamically with time, notice how, I don't know what their damage should be right now. It's like a bunch. So look at the damage on this Ghoul. It's 96, okay? Okay, I can promise you that your Ghoul's damage should not be 96. It should be a lot higher than that. And the reason it's 96 is because you haven't got new Ghouls using these camps. The best play on this, the way the game is right here, is full clear and let him take top. If you had known that you couldn't take him, if you had known that you couldn't take him in a fight, the best play, looking back now, is to full clear and go for the Rift Herald. But, alas, I probably would have made the same mistake you did. Except I would have got a camp on the way. So I would have taken this. So I would have E'd this camp, auto Q, and then run top. So be efficient with your movements. Do things on the way. And good thing you didn't blow stopwatch there. That was not a time for you to blow stopwatch. Plus your merc treads would have paid off there too. Okay, so when you first recall, right, when you first respawn, you should always go to your Krugs. Krugs are the most important camp in the game right now. Everyone has this fetish over scuttles. Krugs give so much experience, dude. It is absolutely revolting. You should be taking Krugs at every opportunity. Are you going for the Rift Herald? Yeah. So always stand on the opposite side of the objective than your ghouls are. Whenever you take an objective, always do that. You want to preserve and keep your ghouls alive for as long as you can. See, what worries me about VODs like this is that for the game timer, this isn't enough farm. And because this isn't enough farm, you can see clearly that the 2 biggest camps, you're opting to take the weaker camps rather than the biggest camps. That's what concerns me the most about VODs like this. Was that a necessary flash? Let's watch it again. No, it wasn't a necessary flash. Okay, so you summon the Rift Herald, right? But now you're opting to go get the lane minions. So the Rift Herald removes all armor and MR that the turret has extra because there's no minions around. So there's no actual reason. I didn't realize they were all going to be there and Draven wasn't there. Yeah, okay, no, never mind. Scratch that. I think you're right. I think the play to get the minions was the best. If they didn't react though, you could have easily taken the turret. I want you to keep an eye on their base right now. So first thing I see when I'm looking at this right now is looking at their base. Someone is going to have to defend that. You do not have to hard engage this. Worked out. Oh, no, it's not gonna. Yeah, it's just Cho'Gath strong. See, you can actually kill him here. If you were a bit more aggressive, you would be fighting him, and you can kill him. See, if you had just hit the Jhin here, you could have killed him. He died to an auto Q. That Jhin would have died to an auto Q there. He had 800 health. You have more than enough damage. If you tunneled a bit too much on him. But let's go back and let's watch this fight again. Because this is a very strange fight. So keep an eye on their base. They have to defend their base soon, right? So she dies, right? Your first absolute most important thing to do once you get the kill and you see that the tower is low is to get the tower. I don't care if your team doesn't get the tower, you should be getting this tower. Because that dies in roughly 3 attacks from you. I think it's 3 attacks because you'll have your Q up in time. No one is getting this tower. You can see that if this tower was gone, your Karthus would have lived. But because everyone's tunneling on the Zac, I mean, he's a Zac and he's behind. He's not a risk. And then when someone finally does get the tower, it's a bit too late. You've already lost Karthus. Keep autoing. Whenever you're in team fights, keep autoing. You need to keep getting ghouls. Looks like the minions are taking care of that for you. It's a good wall. Should be on his ass. Auto Q. Don't Q. Auto Q. And yeah, straight onto him, honestly. Like, there's no reason to even go for the E-snipe. Straight onto this guy. He's face tanking all these minions. He's tunneled on him. All you have to do is hit him. You had your Q up as well. He was literally dead. One Q would have taken him to about 100 health. That's a shame. Oops. Okay, so regroup the thoughts. What's the play now? You still haven't taken Krugs in a very long time. You're actually falling behind in experience now. Because you're not, well, when I say falling behind in experience, I mean, look at their Cho'Gath. He's level 14. He doesn't have a lot of CS, but he's over-leveled because everyone in the game is playing averagely, right? You could be easily level 14 right now if you would abuse Krugs a bit better. I haven't seen you actually take Raptors or Krugs in a very long time. Keep losing control. There we go. Good. Okay, you got your pick. So you got the pick. Now the immediate thing that comes to mind is Baron. Their jungle is alive though, so that is a risk. Jungle's shown himself mid. You're going to assist. You got the catch out. Well, you're lucky you have GA here. Oh, nice dodge. Okay. Alright, well. It worked out. Sloppy, but it worked. You were better off recalling here. Do you have gold? You have 900 gold. Yeah, so if you recalled, you could buy yourself a new stopwatch. That would be the best play. I wouldn't opt to Baron here because it's still not 100%. You don't know if Cho has ult. I can see he doesn't, but you don't know he does. Stopwatch would have been the best pickup rather than Call of Field Hammer. I don't think you used the last stopwatch, so you can still get another one and use that active effect on it, especially since your GA is down. So when did you lose your ult? Okay, so you pathing mid here cost you your ultimate, right? You had just cast it. So this is one thing when it gets to Yorick's late game, you should never do as Yorick jungle, is if you cast your ult in the jungle to farm towards mid to late game, you should never cross lanes just for the purpose of farming like this. Because now this ultimate's going to die and you're not going to have it for the next fight. And I can already tell half your motivation for fighting this was because you wanted to save your ultimate. But your ultimate baited you, basically. That's the problem with this. Teams. This Cho'Gath likes to 1v5. Rotate to the bottom one. Team, go for this one. You should be spam pinging this here, like this. Because that was a free inhibitor if they really wanted it. They're not going to get it, but that was a free inhibitor. Okay, so you've respawned. All their team is at the base. You don't have your ultimate yet. You don't have Death Dance. So what do? You could look to push a side lane here. Personally, I will go straight to top. I will go straight to this top lane with those ghouls and shove those ghouls down that lane. Set a slow push and then rotate for the Baron. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Why did you recall there? Did you get Death Dance? Yeah, so I think personally you should have gone up here because you've been alive for like what 40 seconds, but you haven't actually put pressure out on the map. You're playing too much. What's the best way I can put it? You're playing this whole like game style of you want to keep forcing something rather than playing the map. You're trying to play the team fights instead. See, like you could have been right now if you had done what I was thinking and gone top. You could have been at their base turret, right? But you didn't opt to do the split. Instead, you still got your mindset on playing team fight. And look how much gold there is here. This is going to your Fiora. Your 4-7 Fiora with 10,000 gold is going to get all this CS. This is why I like taking farm. Because this guy here is not going to use it as well as you are. Good, you finally got Krugs. What dragon is it? Ocean. Okay. Now, bear in mind, that dragon play was actually a mistake. Okay? And I'll tell you exactly why this is a mistake. Because if the enemy team had a brain, they would have rushed the Baron right now. You've shown 4 people in the bot lane. If they really wanted to, they could have just gone straight for that Baron. Is it unwarded? Yeah, it's unwarded as well. If they had gone for it, you wouldn't have known. You probably should have saved that camp and waited for your ult to go down a bit more because since you're at bot alone with the Karthus, you don't actually know if you're going to commit to this push. So you've already set your ult into this lane now. So your ult is going to run down this lane. If you had waited a bit, sent your ult up, got her aggro back using the camp, you could have delayed like suiciding your ultimate a bit because now you've committed to the push. Looks like you'll win here though. Especially if you get a catch. I don't know what this Cho'Gath's doing. Okay. Alright, so it worked out. I mean, you're going to win here. Go for whoever your maiden's going for, dude. You would have 2-hit this Orianna. Notice you tunnel a bit. I agree Jhin is a problem, but the Orianna still has her ult available. So like you could have easily turned straight into the Orianna here. I mean, you get the kill anyway, so I suppose it works out. But I'd be more concerned about the Orianna ult than the Jhin right now. Alright, you win here. Okay, so looking at the end game screen, look, you played well, right? You didn't play bad, you played actually pretty well this game. The only issues are the small things that I pointed out. But overall, I liked it. You just hold gold way too much, so work on your gold hoarding. Make sure you go for as many crud camps as you can as well. But aside from that, you played really well. Send me another one when you get after a few weeks, maybe a week so. Send me another one, and we'll see how you progress. But based on that game, that was a perfect game. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Apart from small little macro plays and maybe playing a bit more split push, you would have been a bit better off. But aside from that, you did well.